So I'm at the allotment today. As you can see, it's a little bit rainy, but I just couldn't stay in anymore. My son, who's only 3, has had a terrible cold this week, and he's just been constantly sat by me, whinging, crying, coughing. It's been awful. And he's feeling a bit better today, and I needed a break. So even though it's raining, there's nowhere really else to go. So I just thought I'd give myself an hour to myself. He's well looked after where he is. He's very happy. He's eating, drinking now. Still a bit coffee and feeling under the weather, but otherwise he's okay. So I'm not leaving a poorly child with anyone. He is much better, but I haven't been well either. As you know, you heard me in the last videos. Hopefully I sound a bit better now, but I just needed some time to myself. So I've come up here to measure up the polytunnel, have a look around at what's happening, and plant a couple of seeds, and I'll be happy then. I can go back refreshed and take care of the little one. So I'm down on the 3rd plot, which is my shade plot, and we've bought a polytunnel for this. So I was just marking out where we wanted it to go, and it's going to be at the back here, so not far from the greenhouse. And I was just putting some sticks in, but they wouldn't go in this side, so I'm just taking a video of roughly where I want it to be. So I'll have to move all that wood and then get digging out a trench to bury the polytunnel in. So here's an update on the fruit that I've just put in on plot 1. This is the raspberry red rhubarb. I've just had a look at the champagne ones which I planted, and they haven't done anything yet, but you can definitely see these 2 new ones are doing well. The blueberries seem to be coming back to life. I haven't just planted them. They're the blackberries that I've just healed in. So you can see those. The black currants. This one's a black currant. So you can see that starting to bud now. This one, maybe a little bit, which is this one. This is so wet I can't see. The white currant. And that must mean the red currant's in this one. Yep. See the red on the thing. Tag. I can't see any buds on that yet. Maybe at the top. But that's about it. So it is only February. Let's have a look at the peach tree in the greenhouse. So I left the peach tree out most of the winter, and hopefully it's killed anything that's living in the pot. And then you can see the buds just coming out there. And that is going to be peaches hopefully later this year. And we've got an update on the shallots which we planted last week. So you can see I shouldn't really take them out, but I'll take that one. And you can see that they're growing the roots. Nothing at the top yet for most of them, although there's about 2 where I think they might have had something before. You know what I didn't bring, don't you? I brought the seeds. Brought the plant labels. I didn't bring a pen. Oh well, let's do it anyway. What I'll do is I'll plant them in there, and then they can stay there. I'll watch the video and label them up when I next come down, which is probably tomorrow, so not too long. Right, so there we have it. Put some compost in. Now we're going to put in some first seeds are beet leaf, which is charred, and it's bright lights. So these will be like a mixture of pink, yellow, white. I can't remember what else. I think that's about it. Nice if they did loads, but I don't eat a lot of chard, so I'm only going to put in a few. So I'll just put a couple in each one, just in case they don't take. I think 3 went in the first one, so we'll live with that. Right, that's probably more than I need, but that's the chard. Next one we're going to go with is, this is like a red kale, or scarlet kale. So these seeds aren't as big as the chard. As you can see, very, very small, but very, very hardy. So I'll put a couple in each one. Now it looks like I'm planting loads, which I am. I will be growing loads. This is in case the slugs kill them, see? And they're always after something, especially brassicas. So this is the next one, which is the third one along, and this is Nero de Toscana, which is the very dark leafed kale. I'll lift you up a bit so you can actually see me when I'm speaking to you. Right, that's a bit better. You don't need to see the top of my hat. You've got a big head. So this is the Nero de Toscana, third one along, because I just stopped the video there, so in case I go mad. So again, I'm going to plant a couple. Well, I do really like these. I'll grow some more later. Right, so there's a few in each one there. Right, I would like a cabbage more than I would like kohlrabi, so I only want to do this one tray. And this is cabbage April, which I think are those pointed like cabbages. They're as nice as the dark, very dark green leafed cabbages, but I don't think they grow all year. Anyway, let's have a couple of cabbages. Obviously we don't want them all to come at the same time, so we're only planting a few, otherwise we'd be trying to eat cabbage all week. I know I'm from the 90s, or I grew up in the 90s, I never did the cabbage soup diet and I don't want to start now. Right, so I'm planting more than I need just because slugs. Simple. Right, so I've only got 2 left, so let's pick. I want cauliflower romanesco or broccoli or calabrese. Let's add them, and then the other 4 can wait to another day. I might come back up tomorrow and sow seeds, or I might come up and put the polytunnel up. I don't know yet. So this one is going to be the 5th one, and this is calabrese. And there's 50 seeds in this packet. I don't know about you, I like broccoli. Not that much. So, don't want too many. Again, we plant too many for this, just in case the slugs eat some of them. Watch now they eat more, I'd be crying. Not really. Alright, so that's those done. And the last is the cauliflower romanesco. I grew these last year and I had 1. And by the time I went to get it, because it looked nice, small but nice, it was all like rotten. It was just so... Last year was awful for egg growing anything, and it was the worst year I've ever known. So I'm hoping, following a particularly bad year, we should have a good year. I know watching most gardeners on YouTube, and I don't always comment, but I do watch, and everyone's feeling quite optimistic about this growing year, so whether it's just our gardeners' hope or we're actually going to get a good year, I don't know. Let's just hope it's not like last year. I don't think I'd put up with that again. I mean, I'd have to, but I don't want to. So have I got a little pot? I haven't. So, because this is normal compost, I don't bother starting the brassicas off in seed sowing compost. I tend to do that with all my stuff at home, like the chilies, the tomatoes, all that sort of thing. Just never bothered with brassicas. They just seem to be one of those sturdy little plants that just don't need it. I'm just going to sprinkle some compost over the top of these seeds and then water them in. What I need is one of those little sprayers. I've got one somewhere. Don't know where I put it. Probably in the shed where all things go to like get lost. I'm just firming these down a bit. No particular reason. Just keeps the compost in and makes sure the seeds are like touching the soil. I'm sure the water would push it down anyway. But just to make sure. that's that all covered. You'll be happy to know I left the water in the greenhouse, so this will not be freezing cold water on them, promise. This is the same one as last week. So, I'm not going to do anything with them until they're labelled up tomorrow. And I'll do that tomorrow. Make sure I bring a pen. And then I'll put them in the other greenhouse because that one gets the most sun, so it should be nice and warm for them. And they'll just be overnight tonight in here so that I don't mix them up, because otherwise I won't know what I'm growing and it'll just be a happy surprise. But I've had enough happy surprises from my way of planting, which is like this. And I'd rather know what it is, because last year I planted so many different brassicas. I didn't know what they were, so I thought I didn't have any sprouts because the slugs had eaten them all. And then I found flower sprouts in amongst the kale, which I didn't see. And by then, they'd gone. Anyway, it's probably not even an hour, that, is it? I've had a break. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.